Hey, what's up guys, Benny here and welcome to Xbox On. We've just had our very first look at Destiny 2, which got us thinking about all the great open world games that are coming in 2017, which I know you won't be disappointed by, so let's take a look. We have to start off this list with quite possibly one of the biggest open world games for not only this year, but for the foreseeable future, and that's Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, while Rockstar are doing what they normally do and are remaining ridiculously quiet and aren't really giving that much away, we have been able to get a small glimpse into the world that we're going to be playing in through a few teasers that we've quite happily looked at a few hundred times each. Now, there's a few things that are making me more and more excited about Red Dead 2 as we get closer and closer to its release. First of all, this quote that you can find on Rockstar's official website, an epic tale of life in America's unforgiving heartland, the game's vast and atmospheric world will also provide the foundation for a brand new online multiplayer experience, and it's that last bit that makes me ridiculously excited, as going off the back of Grand Theft Auto 5 multiplayer and the endless amount of fun that you can have with it, I can only imagine what Rockstar have in store for us in Red Dead Redemption 2. But let's not forget one of the biggest appeals of the original Red Dead Redemption, the incredible emotional roller coaster of the main story. Set in the Wild Wild West and off the trailer could be based around John Marston's gang, meaning that it'll be a prequel to the original game, but sadly Rockstar haven't given many details away yet, though we'll be the first to let you know when they do, so you better hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Also, how could we forget about the incredible open world, which looks absolutely stunning from the trailer, but also based off a few rumors, we could be playing in one of the largest worlds that Rockstar have ever created, filled with saloons, train robberies, and full-blown cowboy shootouts. But Rockstar, please, full steam ahead and let us get our hands on Red Dead Redemption 2 as quickly as possible. It's sounding like it could be an all-time great. Next up, we have one of the first games confirmed to be available on Project Scorpio, and the sequel to the award-winning Shadow of Mordor, which in my opinion was one of the best games of 2014, Middle-earth: Shadow of War. We very recently had our very first look at the brand new game coming out on August 25th, 2017, and oh my, have Monolith Games done an incredible job. They've taken everything that they've learned from Shadow of Mordor and cranked it up a notch. Like, let's be honest, have you ever wanted to be involved in a full-blown Lord of the Rings style battle against hordes of orcs? Well then, Shadow of War is going to be the game for you. The game will have everything that you would come to expect from the franchise, including the revolutionary Nemesis system that means no player has the exact same experience when they play through the game. And not only are the enemies you come up against unique through the Nemesis system, but also your followers, which will have a big effect on your army and how you approach battles, which look like one of the most epic experiences that you'll have on a game this year. You also get to experience the amazing combat system that allows you to flick between using the up-close and personal attacks of Talion and the Wraith and ranged attacks of Celebrimbor. Oh, and did I mention you also get to take control of a Drake and just practically blow the fortress's defenses up, which is pretty damn cool, along with the boss fight you'll have when you come up against a fortress's overlord. And how could we not mention the scale of the open world, which Monolith Games have kept fairly hush-hush about, but it won't be based just around Mordor like the original game, but features forests, snowy mountains, and much more. In the trailer, we only just got a small glimpse of the world, so there will be more to come. Oh yeah, and Sauron's also back. Next up, we have one of my personal favourite highlights from last year's E3, and what I feel like could be one of the best games that Rare has ever produced, and that's Sea of Thieves. Like, let's be honest, who doesn't want to be a pirate, get involved in full-blown ship battles, find treasure, fight skeletons, drink an absolute ton of grog and fall off a ship, only to be left by your fellow pirates to be eaten by sharks? I know I do. And from the gameplay we've seen, it looks like it's going to be one of the best games to play with a group of friends, as every single person I've seen play it is always laughing and having a good time. You'll be able to go on quests and go on hunts for treasure and get into fights with other crews, and if you get killed, even make a trip to the Ship of the Damned. But out of all the open world games in this list, this is the game that will allow you to do whatever pops into your imagination and fulfill those childhood dreams that you had of being a pirate. And there's also a lot more to come, with the technical alpha currently being played most weekends. I'm sure this is a game we'll be able to get our hands on very, very soon, and I honestly think Sea of Thieves is going to be one of the best upcoming open world games you'll be able to play. Once upon a time, every open world game was set in a giant city, but as you can see from this list, times have changed. If you miss the good old days of causing chaos in the city streets, then Crackdown 3 is definitely going to be for you. The game is split into two clear parts, the single player and the multiplayer. Now, lots has been said about the multiplayer game and its incredible use of cloud computing. By turning over processing power to the cloud, the developers are able to offer destruction like you've never seen before. Every building can be chipped apart piece by piece, and the destruction will remain for the duration of the game. I got to play a demo of the mode back in 2015 and it blew me away back then. I can't wait to see how the game is looking now. But the game has a classic single-player Crackdown campaign too. Once again, you're an all-powerful agent clearing the city streets of criminal scum by gradually powering up your character by being generally amazing at the game. The big hooks this time round is the hate system. Every act of justice you perform against a crime lord's operation, whether it's murdering his men or smashing up his property in your car, will raise their hate towards you. Get the hate high enough and they will send harder foot soldiers against you before coming after you themselves. In theory, you could raise the hate of every crime lord without actually killing them, meaning the city will be trapped in a state of full-on war. It will be okay for you though, as you can just jump onto the roof of the nearest skyscraper, but it's probably best to take to the streets and try to clean up your mess. Whether you're cleaning up the city in single player or bringing it down to its foundations in the online mode, Crackdown 3 offers something for everyone. We now have a game that Bungie have kept very quiet about, with even its official name not yet known, but the next major installment of Destiny is going to be one of the biggest open world first-person shooter games of all time. The game will have everything you have come to expect from Destiny: quests, strikes, raids, the Crucible to tear apart other Guardians, and of course, one of the most important elements of a game like Destiny, loot.
Also, there will be a ton of loot! Yeah, right? That's what I thought.
Now, though we don't know much about Destiny 2, so we're only able to speculate, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Bungie implement a better single-player experience than the original game, which, let's be honest, was pretty damn short and could be completed in under a day by most players. It would also be cool for us to have more elements that you traditionally get in an MMO like World of Warcraft, where you can travel around a bit more rather than just watching your spaceship load you up in a new area, just so it would allow us to do a bit more exploration. But what we do know is that the game is most likely going to be massive, with the majority of the team at Bungie working on creating Destiny 2, and with 3 years since the release of the original, I cannot wait. So there we have it, so many awesome open world games coming this year. Let us know what you're most looking forward to in the comments below, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content, and also hit the thumbs up, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!